Welcome back, guys. Kickstory Podcast is back in action. I'm Bobby Kicks.
I'm Goatee, the place to be. What's up?
How's everyone doing? Goatee, how are you doing?
Bobby, it's how can I say goodbye? Bobby, this is the last episode of season 4, bro.
But we're not out yet. Yeah, we're wrapping up season 4.
Here's the thing. We're not out, but Bobby, this is going on year 3.
I know.
How crazy is that? Year 3. We're entering year 3. This is episode 60. Guys, you've been with us for 60 episodes. Salute. Thank you, Kickstorians.
Thank you very much, guys, for all the support and the love. As you can see, we have a special guest here. We'll introduce you in a minute here because it's a lot right here that we're going to cover with some science, with some sneakers and all that good stuff, right?
You know, I like to say this is answering the naysayer episodes. This is answering the naysayers episode. This is true knowledge. And this is welcome to the future.
There you go.
Welcome to the future of sneakers, right? Hey, guys, this is a reminder. We're here at Top Rocker Tattoo Studios. This is where you can get your ink, you can get your rework, and don't forget, they have that dope product, Bobby. What's that product called?
Rust Proof. Go to rustprooftattoo.com to check out their array of different skincare products to keep your skin vibrant and also keep your tattoos looking good.
Yes, sir.
We have a special code to get a special code discount.
Just write that near TR15, get 15% off all Rust Proof Tattoo products. Take it from there.
That's right, guys. And make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Do it right now. Do it to it. Go to kickstreetpodcast.com.
Yes, sir.
Quick links to all of our channels. And let's dive right into it. We have a special guest, Mr. Darren from CapSole. But I don't want to steal the limelight here, but I'll go ahead and introduce yourself to the crowd over here.
Yeah, my name is Darren Lee, owner and founder of CapSole. We are a company, we specialize in preserving and your collectibles, especially sneakers, right? That's our go-to product right now. And I'm a sneakerhead, been so since a kid, and grew up playing basketball, and that was my first love. That man on his shirt, Michael Jordan.
That's right.
Don't tell my wife that. So
wait. So wait. What's that? She a LeBron person? What she think?
She don't let anyone be her first love.
Gotcha. Good.
Well, that makes sense. It makes sense, yeah.
Wow, man. All right, Matt. I mean, CapSole, right?
Yeah.
A lot has been said right there in this little couple of seconds right here. CapSole is a very unique product, right? And I'm fairly new to it, but when we got introduced to you and what you're doing for the sneaker community to really preserve those gems and maybe even some relics that they have in their collection, right? It's a special technology, a special, type of thing that you have going on too, right? So I want to learn a little bit more about that product, and then we can go into when you started and all that good stuff, right? Guys, sorry for the interruption, but I swear this is going to be a good one. I'm excited to share with you an awesome deal exclusively from Reshoevnator.com. Check this out.
We partnered with Reshoevnator to give you 20% off all things Reshoevnator, the #1 sneaker cleaning solution product and system in the world. All you have to do is go to checkout, type in Kickstory Podcast 20 to get your 20% off.
And Reshoevnator has you covered from stain repellents, shoe wipes, midsole cleaners, and their signature shoe cleaning kit that has the solutions, all the brushes, and the shoe trees there to keep your kicks looking awesome.
That's it. Stay fresh to death with your sneakers while saving some money. Once again, just go to Reshoevnator.com, type in Kickstory Podcast 20, take advantage of that 20% off.
Now, back to the show.
Yeah. So our product is essentially, it's a bag. It's a high-end bag. Kind of see it right here behind me. And so what's special, it's not an ordinary bag, but it has layered like TPU material. So what it does, it insulates and shields from like oxygen and moisture coming in. Right?
Okay.
And the two biggest problems with like shoes yellowing, crumbling, falling apart is oxygen and moisture in the air, right? And we need that to breathe. We need that to survive, so we can't avoid it. And so when you put your shoes inside, you're protecting them from the oxygen and moisture outside. But then we take another step and we inject a preservative inside. And so what this does, it's like it's called a purge process. So we're not sucking the air out, we're replacing the air out with a preservative. So
what kind of preservative? Is it like carbon dioxide?
It comes in a sealed cartridge, but it's more similar to like nitrogen. It's not nitrogen, but more similar to that. So like that's what when I did my research on this, what I found out is like museums, they use nitrogen to like preserve artifacts. So like Declaration of Independence, like really like leathers and stuff like that. So when you go to a museum, like, man, this thing is 20 years old, looks brand new. So they seal it in like this glass case, and then they inject nitrogen in there, so there's no oxygen and moisture.
That makes so much sense.
So then, you hear oxidation, hydrolysis, these words thrown around. It's really just exposure to oxygen and moisture in the air, which is what causes our materials to break down, causes things to rust, causes our bodies to break down. causes the leather
Wow.
thing to fall apart and crack. So yeah, so it's a funny thing is too, it's like all food products, right? You get a bag of chips, it's not air inside, it's usually like nitrogen.
Wow, that's what that is.
Yeah, and so
That's where I'm tasting, huh?
yeah, so that's why like when they tell you to roll your bag of chips up, right? Keep the air out and stuff like that as long as possible.
Interesting. Okay.
That, you know what? That makes sense because and honestly, like when I saw when your product, what, you're like a year or two old? How old are you guys?
Yeah, like 2 years old. Like 2 years old since we started selling. Yeah.
All right, cool. So I remember one of your first ads, right? It was like a paid ad. I remember it launched in my my timeline, and I said, "Get the heck out of here!" Sneakers, like, come on, man, get out of here.
We've heard it all, right? We've heard it all.
Yeah, like I'm like, all right, how does this guy know? And I know you're gonna break us through the process, but what you just hit a light bulb for me, because I always wondered, damn, when you go to museums, there's different various materials that are preserved in glass cases, and so I'm like, how do they preserve it? But that makes sense now. You just hit that light bulb. Your sneakers could do the same thing.
It's not new technology, right? We're just bringing this to the sneaker world. So, and we just designed a product that's actually feasible from a cost standpoint for people to afford now, right? Like before you couldn't afford this because it's, museums use a higher, really expensive product. So we were able to kind of create something that's feasible for our customers.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And the other beauty behind this, product is that for collectors like me with, that always like to dive into the vintage and like the old things that might be crumbling or maybe on the verge of crumbling, man. I mean, I would imagine something like this can give it a little bit more life and years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I have an autographed pair from Tinker Hatfield that I want to make sure that this is like, staying, for a long, period of time, right? So something like this is going to be ideal for something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. I mean, it's made for someone who has a collection or even your everyday wear, like whatever your use case is, like it can meet that need. So like, there's someone like we have customers who they have hundreds of pairs and they couldn't wear them every day if they wanted to, right? It's just there's too many to rotate.
Right.
Then there's other people who have like a couple grails where they they have 10 or 20 pairs of shoes, but they have some high heat or some grails they only break out every now and then, so they preserve those for their capsules. So there's different use cases for a capsule and it meets all of them.
The name is so clever too. Capsule. If you say it enough, it's like it's a capsule.
Yeah.
Capsule. That's pretty clever. I like that. Yeah,
definitely play on lane. Let's go back to your roots. Let's go back to your roots because I know you're gonna go deep into your product.
Right.
But you mentioned sneakerhead. You mentioned you're into the game. So A, where you're from.
Right.
And then B, like, what was that sneaker that really, really, considered you a sneakerhead or a sneaker enthusiast, and bring us down that journey.
Yeah. So I grew up. I was born in the Bay. So and then I grew up in Stockton, California.
Okay.
And so I was really big into basketball. My whole family was. My cousin is like Sean Marion, played for the Phoenix Suns.
Whoa.
So like
we have celebrity.
What up, Matrix? So we've had. I just have like a big family background of being in a hoop, right? So, for me, that was always like the forefront, like hooping and stuff like that. And I loved Jordans, loved Air Force Ones. Like one of the first, I'll say, heartbreaks was my Air Force Ones, my Puerto Rican Air Force Ones. I told you guys about these.
Tell me about it.
Beautiful, like.
What color? Cause we want to show, and I think it's a 05, 06, but what color was it?
So, it was a beautiful, like red, soft, buttery leather material, creamy white midsole, had a little frog on there.
Yep.
And I remember those shoes just like it seemed like they just like yellowed and like got cracked overnight, and I just remember opening my box and I was like, man, this happens, And so I think it was in junior high at the time, maybe high school, and so at that time there was no Jason Mark. I mean, it was like dish soap, Then you had your Payless like white out that you would try to.
Yeah, we had no reshoevn.
Yeah, there was no reshoevn. You didn't have those type of stuff. So you really didn't have like the sole swaps and all the stuff you had today. So really, I don't think I ended up like throwing the shoe away, and so that always like stuck with me.
Oh, you threw them away?
Yeah, man. It's so many shoes like I just gave them away to
Yeah.
So that always stuck with me. And then fast forward to like 2020 when I had this idea, I was like looking in my closet and I was like, I can't wear all these shoes because at the time I'm going to an office. I'm a lawyer. So I'm wearing, dress shoes and stuff like that. I can't wear my Yeezys, can't wear my Air Force Ones, can't wear my Jordans. So I was like, there has to be something out there to like keep them looking new, like keep them in, I wasn't thinking about preservation. I was like, how can I keep these looking new, keep these looking fresh? And so did my research, couldn't find anything, and I kind of came across this article, and this guy was just like, basically you need to fill it with a preservative and replace the air inside so the air doesn't cause your shoes to crumble, yellow, and fall apart. Because a lot of times those are the main factors and those are the causes. So it's like, okay, well, like how can I take this concept and like you're a lawyer, you figure out how to solve problems. So your brain starts like, how can I figure out this problem? Who's the best person to solve this problem for me? Like, and so I just really went down this path for like the next 2 years before I actually launched the product. So it took me like 2.5 years to really
2 years of research. Wow.
Research, test it,
wow,
and really come out with a working product that I could sell people.
So I heard a couple of things. So the shoes that really got you interested about like why things deteriorate was the Air Force One, Puerto Ricans, right? That was your first love, right? That was the first shoe that really got
that
you?
was like, yeah, that was one of the first shoes, early on shoes that I could remember. I mean, Jordan 4 Breads is like one of my all-time favorites. I'm a Jordan 11 guy too, so Jordan 11 Breads. So my colorways for high school were white, red, and black and red.
Lucky guy.
So like,
lucky
I
guy.
used to try to be.
You went crazy.
I used to try to be like every time I do. Like I was too much, man, at the time. Wristband, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've always had like a fresh pair of kicks, and the way I would get them is like my mom, she had a cleaning service, right? So you'll love this story. She would literally come pick me up from school in like her white van. It said Kim's Clean House in like pink letters. Like, hey mom, hey Darren, your mom's here. So like she used to make me sit on these, like it'll be her and a coworker, and there's like no seat to the back, so I'd have to sit on these like little milk carton crates.
Yeah.
But she'll put a bungee cord around my waist for a seatbelt.
Oh wow, that's funny.
That's
Every we go and we like clean like apartment buildings, and like sometimes at night we clean like schools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then that's how I would get my money, and I would go get my kicks. And back then we had to wait in line and stuff like that. But yeah, that was like, that was for me it was like a feeling of just like I could do anything, like I could step out, and I just felt like confident, It's like cake, you know what I mean?
Look,
shout out to your mom.
Yeah, look at the example. Your mother's a hustler. Your mother, introduced you, picked you up from school, and what? So you mean that after a 6, 7, 8 hour day of school, you didn't work?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes she would like, and it was like a family thing too. So like my brother and my dad would help too. Like my dad had his own business. So like literally there was like every Thursday night we cleaned this like one building, like, and we had to go like at 10 o'clock at night to like midnight, 1 o'clock, and then go to school the next day. But it was like,
that's rad.
It was just like one of those things
like
like that, like buffing the floors and stuff like that. And so we would, so like my parents, man, both entrepreneurs.
Very cool.
Taught me that grind, and like, seeing this opportunity kind of come along, I was always trying to find like where I fit, like, as far as like what my hustle was, what I like to do. I've always enjoyed shoes, so I saw this opportunity for this business, and to do something I love and I can share with other people.
I love that.
That's dope.
And you're a hooper, man. I mean, you played, and I want to see these. I want to see these highlight reels.
Yeah, I if I could find them, I played. So I played at San Jose State for like 2 years. And then
that's D1.
Yeah, D1.
D1
with D2 after that in San Antonio, Texas, called St. Mary's University.
St. Mary's, all right, St. Mary's.
So yeah, so there and then man, I used to go to like when my cousin played for the Mavericks, go to Mavericks Phillies, and I would like hoop with him and play with him a little bit. But it's I almost tried to pursue the NBA, but after my second, third year, I was like, man,
it's tough.
Yeah, especially when you're like 6 foot. Like,
oh man,
okay. I'm curious. I'm curious. What was that moment, right? Because there's always a moment. I grew up with a lot of people that streetball legends, right? So I grew up with streetball legends, and there was there's moments where you're like, I thought I was good, but then I played against that person.
The moment to me wasn't that. It was more like I know what it takes, and like I don't know if I'm willing to do it. Like it was like it's gonna be a grind. Like you're gonna have to like beg, plead to get opportunity. You're gonna have to work like 6-hour days, just putting up jump shots, going to the gym, going all these tryouts, going to go play overseas, going to travel with the opportunity that someone will actually give you to go play at that level, right?
Right.
So it's just like, and like you have to ask yourself if you're really willing to like do that. And I was just like, man, I don't know if I am. Like I was just being honest with myself at that time. I was like,
I respect.
I was burnt out. I always I was always undersized, and like I always had a like work ethic. I wasn't like super athletic, so I always just had a hard work ethic. And but my biggest thing for like a hoop standpoint, I didn't make the best decisions. Like I thought I was gonna be like 6'4", 6'5". My brother was like 6'3", right? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be taller than him. My dad's like, you know, you should go play point guard, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna play shooting guard because like I could like shoot and I could score. But then as I got older and older, like I should have been a point guard.
Point guard.
So that was probably like the part where, and then now I'm trying to convince other people I could play point guard. And so, it was like one of those things where it's like, man, it's like, you know, like you guys do your podcast, right? It's like, you got to commit to this for 3 or 4 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Like most podcasts, people only do like 3 or 4 episodes. Right.
So, yeah.
And so it's just like, it's like you have to ask yourself, like, am I going to commit to this?
Yeah.
Even if no one watches it. Yeah. Right. Am I going to still come in here and do it? Right. And so that's like, even with my business, man, that's like one of the hardest things. Like, it's like when I first started selling this product, like crickets, like people just laughing at me, like DMing me, like, oh, I can't wait till you go on Shark Tank, and people just, and you know, they were just all kind of negative stuff, and I just kept doing it, and now we're at a point where we're getting some positivity. People are recognizing us in the community and stuff like that, and they're really seeing we're genuine. We're not trying to sell them snakeskin oil and stuff like that.
So, congratulations, man! 2 years in, you know, keeping that momentum going, you know, applying your hustle mentality, you know, to this and just really sticking to it, man. I mean, that's awesome, man. I want to congratulate you and acknowledge that, man. I'm also curious, man, since you hooped, what were the shoes that you were wearing, man? Like, what were your go-tos for hooping?
Man, I told you, like, I used to rotate shoes. Like, I was like, anything I was slide. Like, I think, like, I wore the 12s, the 11s, 14s.
Those are good.
I had I think I was saying like not the GT cuts, but the hyper flights. I wore those.
Yeah.
I wore the
Vince Carter shocks.
I wore the Vince Carter shocks. This is like from 6th grade to like high school. Yeah. Then like in college, they kind of started picking your shoes. Like college, it was just like team shoes. You had to kind of wear it from there. But all the way through high school, it was like a lot of Jordans.
Very cool.
What's your all-time favorite sneaker to hoop in?
Probably Kobe 8s, Protros.
Kobe 8 Protros.
Probably, yeah. Those are like, I'm not a big high top shoe guy because like, and when you go to like college and above, everyone gets ankle stapes. Right. So like the high tops don't make a huge difference. It feels more restricted to me. So I like having like a low profile shoe that you can like ankle tape. That's get your ankle tape. It's really lightweight. Like LeBron ones, I try to hoop in those, and like it's like heavy bulky shoes, like super bulky. So like, LeBrons to me like are like not built for like someone like me. Yeah, it's like more for someone who's like built like LeBron. Like you're just you're just jacked. You've been jacked since you came out the womb. Yeah. Like I got skinny ankles. His ankles are probably like the size of my forearms. Like you know what I mean? So like so those are probably my favorite shoes.
Okay. Kobe Protro. That's. I mean, Kobe, you being from the West Coast, right? And I'm assuming you're a Kobe guy.
Yeah.
Like you're a Kobe guy. I love what Kobe's doing with the Protro models because it's methodical and it's a mindset of the baller. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, when Jordans come out, it's becoming more lifestyle. When's the last time you saw a Jordan retro on the court? That tells you everything, right? So I love that Kobe, he made that declaration to Nike before he passed, rest in peace, that I want to make performance-based basketball sneakers. If you're going to come back out, let's enhance the performance, right? Whereas Jordans is like, who's wearing, besides Bobby Kicks? I
think PJ Tucker, right? Isn't he still
a little something?
Yeah.
They tried to do
for a quarter.
They try to improve the Jordan 1s. What did they do with they did the Jordan 1 Zooms?
Oh, those Zooms. That was like early 2000s.
They kind of
that was an interesting concept.
But if they had the Protro mentality, you see more Jordans on the court. Retros. What do you think?
I don't know, man. Like those, you think about everyone loves the 3s and the 4s. Those are just such a bulky shoe for like technology nowadays.
Like Zoom X, so you put some. What do you think? Zoom in the 4.
There's only so much you can do. Like
I'm reaching.
And I think it's like like they're on Jordan 40, 41 now.
Yeah,
40. So like 40. So you think about that, like 30 some years, like the technology you're trying to like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think it's just the time. I mean, it's like trying to take a Mustang and like make it into like a modern day Ferrari.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a 65 Mustang where it's like,
yeah. It's a ride.
The body's totally different.
Exactly
Everything
right.
like that.
That makes sense.
You can put a different engine in it, but the body's still there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
If they were to release a retro, I can see them maybe changing the outsole to like a full zoom. You know how they did with the foam posits? They did the tennis shoe version of the foam posits.
Right.
It was like zoom.
Right.
The upper
Right.
was still the same,
Still
but
at
the
the
bottom.
bottom,
So what if they took an existence of like a 3, but they changed the outsole to like a zoom? You know, full zoom. It's not the original, but it's still like it's the ball version, the baller's version of that. But
us enthusiasts will be like,
nah, I'm not wearing that yet.
Yeah.
It's not the OG, right?
right.
It's just an idea.
that's true.
But but capsule. So you started it for 2 years. I'm forever going to think capsule now is I'm equated to a sneaker museum, right? Because that registers in my brain.
Yeah.
What made you like the idea? It's a literally a one of one. We've never had a product like this before. So what was that? What happened in your life that you like? I'm gonna go all in. You didn't declare the basketball once you had that realized, but that's not the case with this. What was that all in moment?
Man, the all in moment. I had a product that I came out before this one.
Okay.
And so it was like, it was called Howdy Dookie, right? So it's like,
You know what he told us is behind the
That's
scenes.
right, that's right.
Yeah, but yeah.
it was like a little cow.
Wait. Repeat it. What was it called?
Called Howdy Dookie. So
You heard right. Howdy dookie.
a little like toy cowboy you put in your bathroom, and like you walk by it and it says like poop jokes to you, right? So like, and my mom gave me this original idea because she used to have this snowman that she put out for the holidays, just Christmas time, and like when you go by it, like it would say like ho ho ho, who's gotta go? Like it was just like little corny stuff like that. Like I was like, oh, this would be really cool. Like if I could have like Will Ferrell from Elf and Kevin Hart and The Rock and The Rock, like, you know, like you're in there in the bathroom, The Rock's like, I can smell what The Rock's cooking. Like, you know what I mean? Just like go play on words.
That sounds hot.
So, I came out with that product and it failed miserably, right? It just like no one bought it, right? I tried to do like a Kickstarter, so I just tried to do and I just didn't know what I was doing. And so what I learned is like certain products, there's like a market fit. So it's like how big of a market is for this, like how many people want this. And so before he came out with this product, I did my research and I was like, I hired a statistician. He interviewed 150 quote unquote like sneakerheads. You had to have so many sneakers. And so we asked him like, how interested would you be in buying this product? What would you want to see? What are the features? And like the feedback was really great and positive, right? And so from there, I went forward and I was like, okay, like I'm going to go for this. So I wanted to know what the community thought and what people thought before I actually went all in on this. Cause it's like,
Right.
like when I spent like a couple $100,000 of my dollars of my own money.
I can imagine.
Over the like last 4 or 5 years. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I really just honed in, found my passion, in a business that I could connect with other people that enjoy sneakers as much as I do.
Right.
And so that was something that I was like, let's do it. Let's go for it.
That's awesome because I mean you wanted to solve a problem, and it's something that's associated to what you know more of, which is the sneakers. You know, you've worn them on court, you've casually collected them, you know, so you had a lot of experience in that. So it only makes sense to go towards something that you know more of rather than the howdy dookie and stuff like that, which is cool. It's a funny, you know, concept, but I think it aligns well with what you know of, and CapSole happened, right? So you invested a lot of your time and money. Right. Really, really, really cool stuff. Not a lot of people do that. I mean, it's hard work.
And as a parent, I know you're a parent too, right? Yes. And as a parent, it's two boys up?
Boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl, right?
Yeah.
So I know as a parent, you're leading by example with your kids. I don't want to get off philosophical thing, but it's relevant. You lead by example with your kids, but then you also give them the courage to, hey, try stuff.
Yeah.
Like try stuff, right? You know what I mean? And if it fails, doesn't mean you're a failure. That just means that's experience.
Yeah.
So for you, started with first gaining experience with your mother and your family business and cleaning. That was an experience, right? You saw hard work, the results, and you saw sacrifice. I know your parents sacrificed.
Yeah, and to your point, like, yeah, my parents sacrificed a lot, and they showed me how to take a risk. And like one of my dad's thing, I probably can't repeat it on here, but he always say like, leave it out on the table, someone might cut it off.
Yep.
Like.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Right. Like he's like sometimes you got to put it on the table though. Take a little this, right? Yeah. So that's what he would tell me as when I was a kid, and so really gave me confidence to really like believe in yourself, trust in yourself. You could figure this out.
Love that.
So yeah, man, and then my faith in God too. Just being able to. yeah, like in times where I doubt myself or I doubt why I'm doing this, like being able to have faith that's all going to play out and work out. So yeah, so those are been instrumental for me.
I love that. Just to end that example with your parents, basketball passion. You had a moment where you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna make it to the league. Your cousin 6'8", 6'9", Sean Marion. So you're like, okay, height's gonna play a little factor into that as well. You didn't groom yourself into a point guard, but okay, you let that go. You tried Howdy Doody, that right? That was a great idea.
Howdy Dookie.
Dookie, my bad. That's Dookie. Straight up. Right? That didn't work. You tried it, and now you got this capsule product. And what's cool about that is that connects to your passion. Because your passion was always sneakers. Yeah. Sneakers connect to basketball. Yeah. Right? So it's like all those little things are now packaged into one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now you got I'm going to say it again. You got the museum. Yeah. Right? You got the preservation. Go ahead, Bobby.
I was going to say one thing because I want to acknowledge that. And speaking of sneakers, you have some one-of-ones, I should say, on feet right now. Can you talk to me a little bit about? We're going to do some B-roll of this, but like, can you talk to me what you're wearing right now?
Yeah. So these are some custom Jordan 1 lows. Got it made using my actual bag behind me. So
that's crazy.
They cut up the bag, so like the zippers on there, like some of the material, like. The sealed for freshness like tag that we have on our bag is on the heel of my shoe.
Very cool.
And it's like fox leather and nubuck, and it's really, really nice.
Fox leather,
really good material.
Yo, Bobby, and let's. I'm a storytelling. You could rock those in high school. That was your high school colors.
Yeah,
black and white. You know, the white and red. You know, Bobby, that's super dope. And I'm also a stickler for details. Is that leather interior inside?
Yeah, there's also too.
Come on, Bobby, look at that leather.
It's a total deconstruction and reconstruction of this classic silhouette. Man, that's awesome. Love that. I was like, okay, you got to mention those, right? So, yeah.
We on a sneaker topic.
That's right.
We on a sneaker topic. What are your top 5 silhouettes? Any colorway, whatever, but this is your top 5 sneaker silhouettes.
Probably not in order.
Okay.
Jordan 4, Jordan 1 lows, Air Max 1, Air Max 90.
That's 4. I know.
Like probably what I wear and what I don't know, man. And then I do like the Jordan 11s a lot too.
I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, you got to put that on the list.
Yeah, I like Jordan 11s a lot. And
let's go with some honorable mentions. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, some honorable mentions. Yeah, I mean, dunks or just like dunk lows are always like
classic.
Yeah,
classic like shoe.
Forever.
There's like I'm into a lot of low tops. Like now, because it's just like I feel like it's Arizona's hot most of the time, so it's just like an easier shoe to like put on, comfortable, and walk around and breathe in. But I do have like a lot of high tops too as well. I'm starting to get more into New Balance these days.
Yeah, everyone is. Yeah, everyone's on that wave. Yeah,
I haven't really got an A6 as of yet. And then there's just a lot of other shoes that I just want down the line that I have, like a lot of classic shoes that I want that I haven't gotten yet. So I'm just like, it's like one of those things where I'll like make a little money and I'm just like, do I have to buy this shoe or I put it in a business? Right. I gotta put it in a business, right? I can't.
Right.
It could be a business expense. You know, you may be using it for a product shot.
I know, right? But it's like,
those business doesn't add up.
Yeah, it's like doesn't really like, it's like this will 2x my business. This will just look good on my feet.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, those are probably my my silhouettes.
I did want to ask, like, what excites you right now in the sneaker scene right now? Are there, a certain brand, a certain silhouette that's coming out right now that you're looking at?
I like Adidas with the jellyfish. I like their take on that. That's the chunky shoes and the chunky shoe. You see like Nike, like Air Hoko's kind of like the first, and the chunky midsole. And Nike's starting to get with the Pegasus and all that.
Right.
They're trying to get with those chunky soles, which are kind of like a comfort, but
super comfortable, a
lifestyle shoe.
Right.
Like, so so I'm interested in I'm interested in that a little bit. I'm also interested in like the John Morant's. And
there you go. I love the Jaws.
Yeah, I like the Jaws. And also Converse. Like I feel like they did a good job. I think with that shoe. Like that shoe, it's like it looks futuristic, which kind of got away from like the classic Converse look.
Right.
True.
They have multiple colorways. You know, it's not overly flashy, and you could still wear it as a lifestyle shoe and still
It's a good representative of him.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It is. It does look like his shoe.
It look like his shoe.
And I thought the 81s were like a good shoe.
Another one too.
It's very good silhouette. 82s have been okay to me.
And you know why? Because the 81s was just out too long.
Yeah.
Like the 81s was a 2-year sneaker.
Yeah.
So when the 82s came out, we're like,
they milked it.
It kind of looked like the 81s, a little higher, right? We weren't. The 81s were just phenomenal.
I feel like I wonder what the history of like the second silhouette of any shoe is.
Right.
Because I feel like a two of something, like it always kind of like disappoints. And then like
it's like a movie, right? Like
then the next and the 3 is always like better. Like, you know, so I'm just curious.
A great point.
Like if there's ever been like, because I feel like the first shoe everyone makes is usually like a hit because it's the first, and then like the new Bookers, actually I think they're better than the ones.
Yeah, really. Are you excited about them? Are you like, I gotta get them?
I'm not like I gotta get them, but I do like I do feel like they look more. I think I prefer more of the ones.
Really?
I think so.
Interesting.
I mean, he got a good point. I mean, the Jordan 2s, I mean, I like them, but
I do.
It wasn't well received during that time. No. And then the 3s just like brought a whole new life to Jordan and actually saved them, right?
Right, yeah. It always goes like up and then down for the 2 and then up back up for like the number 3.
I'm trying to think. Like I like the LeBron 2s. Like the LeBron 2s. I think the Kobe 2 Nikes was pretty cool. But overall, I think you're right. The 2s are kind of like
I think it's psychological. I think it's all psychological because it's like, you know, it's just like there was such a high on the first one. It's hard to meet that.
Right.
It's like, you know, it's like your first love. It's like hard to like.
That's true. Yeah, you're never gonna find the same one.
Emotions for the first time. Yeah. I think kind of like kind of already felt it someone else, so it doesn't. You don't get the same.
Feel the same.
It is psychological.
You know, and then the third one, you're like, oh, I appreciate this more.
Right.
Right. I appreciate this.
Back at it.
Today you have like a steady, I feel like, feel for what's coming and so.
All right, there you go. So the Shay's up there. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's a great shoe. I think it does represent him well. The Jaws up there. Yeah. So that's cool shoes, yeah.
CapSole, if we would do an elevator pitch, right? Because you know, you broke down the science of it, you broke down the technicalities of it, but if a person that's just like still a naysayer, and it's still like, well, you know what, your product hasn't been long enough to, what's the elevator pitch? What's that overall synopsis of your brand?
Yeah.
To really explain what it does.
Yeah. So we're all about wear your shoes and preserve them in between, right? So that's our method. That's our lifestyle, like, right? So when you're not on feet, preserve them, protect them, right? And so what I would say is like, we've done the testing, we've done the science, we've hired the right people. When I was thinking about this as from a consumer standpoint, what would I want to know? I want to know this wasn't made from like my uncle in the basement, right? I want to know there was some testing done behind it. And I want to know like what the claims were, right? So this was made by a guy, he had a PhD in polymers and nanocomposites, which are basically what sneakers materials are made out of. So he designed the product, right? Second thing is we tested it. So we spent like over 400 hours in like accelerate age testing machines. So think of like extreme oxygen, moisture, sunlight, all the things that cause your shoes to age, yellow, crumble, sole separation. And the 2 shoes, one was placed in capsule, one was outside of capsule. The shoe sat in capsule at 2 to 3 times less yellowing, degradation, damage, right? So that's how we know it works. And then I would say the third thing is that like we spent 2.5 years like doing research, putting in the time to actually, you know, do the testing, create the product and everything like that. So it wasn't rushed to market, right? So like I said, we've been selling for 2 years, but I started this in 2020. Right?
And I imagine you were listening to those that are wanting to hear, you know, to have something, a product to preserve their, you know, sneakers. So you're listening to those, you know, those people as well, right?
Yeah. And you know, like people think like, all I gotta do is wear my shoes. And it's like wearing your shoes will only help so much. It'll help. I'm not gonna say it doesn't, right? It'll help. But you know, at the same time, what's gonna help even more than that is keeping the oxygen, the moisture from being around your shoes, right? So being able to protect them when you're not on your feet, right? And so That's what I would tell to someone, like, hey, like, are there's a couple of shoes that you want to rock with for a little bit longer? You want to add, a couple more years, or you want to double the lifespan? Like, put them in our product when you're not wearing them.
Yep.
Simple as that.
You know what I think of when you're explaining it? It's just like a car. Like, in order for your car to keep, running the way, you need to drive it. You need the fluids to circulate in the engine, but you also need the garage to keep it in there. Yeah. And also maybe the car cover to preserve the paint and stuff like that. So in a way, you're kind of, it's the same thing. Exactly. You can enjoy it by driving it, but also we want to take care of it to preserve it, but put it in the car.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. I like it because it's like, hey, like, we're basically saying just put your car in a garage. Like, you have a garage, dude, put it in a garage and close the garage when you're not driving it. Don't leave it outside when it's raining.
Right.
And there's, the sun is beaming down it. Like, just put it in a garage, right? So essentially what we're saying, it's like, put your shoes in a garage.
I have a question. What do we say about the old materials, which predominantly was leather suede, and now the new materials, which is synthetic? How does your product restore all types of material or preserve all types of material?
Yeah, so I would say like the base, like, the midsole material has changed, like, so the
polymer
and all that stuff, like the Zoom technology, all that kind of stuff has gotten better. So like the time hasn't really showed us too much on that as of yet, but like as far as like the leather, the nubuck and stuff like that for most part is like a lot like we talked about the Bookers, like they still use the leather, the nubucks, similarly to those. So a lot of people they think about the yellowing and crumbling, but also just like the leather cracking and nubuck fading, like, so the product helps protect that. So it's still going to work for the newer shoes as well as the older shoes as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would imagine even more so because synthetics will wear out even quicker than leathers. I imagine because leather, good leather will last you a good while. It takes a lot of beating, right? And like synthetics, like it wears a little bit more, and it yellows too with UV light and stuff like that too. So I would imagine like something like this will actually benefit more like the newer. Again, this is just my observation.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes a good point. One more thing that was on my mind is foresight. All right, foresight. So we have this product's been out for 2 years. What do you vision? What do you want CapSole to be in 2026, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years?
Yeah, 2026, I would just love to have a huge moment of people just being like, just hearing about it, knowing about it, and being able to accept it as a new part of sneaker culture. Like, just to be like, hey, this is arrived. This is synonymous with shoe care. Like, this is elevated sneaker care. Like, you really want to take care of your sneakers, you need CapSole, right? And so that's what we've had some big moments I'm planning for that hopefully come out 2026. We've been on a show I can't formally name that we've already shot for.
Cool.
And so we're hoping that airs. And then we said 5 years from now. 5 years from now, love to be in your JD Sports, your Foot Lockers, up in New York and Chicago and stuff like that, all the flagship stores.
Yeah.
It'd be also be worldwide as well. Yeah. And then in 10 years, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know about 10 years from now.
Yeah. 5 years, as long as.
10 years from now, God willing, I'm still doing this and it's successful and it's grown, beyond my wildest dreams.
Love that.
Yeah. Love that, man. I think you have the right vision, the right energy, and honestly the right industry, man. Because we all love kicks and we have stories behind them, and we want to preserve those stories, right? If it's an autograph or it's that pair that you got as a kid, or even that new pair that you're getting right now, there's like, I'm going to wear them and also put them in the garage to enjoy them later on, so that way I can have them a little bit longer, because who knows if they're going to release them again, limited edition stuff. So not even just, shoes themselves. I imagine you could put other types of accessories in there as well too, right?
Yeah. And to you guys' point, like that's probably one thing I did. Like, in probably like 5 or 10 years, I'd love to go beyond shoes and and into other product categories. Cool. Like, so, like women's purses was like another one.
It's the leather, it's wear and tear.
Huge category.
Yeah. So that's another one we want to go into. Funny enough, like they kind of do this for wedding dresses, like the all white wedding dresses.
Right.
And they turn yellow over time.
And jackets turning yellow.
That's something like we thinking about doing, like, women's, like, in the future. And so I think there's a lot of applications for that. So
expanding it.
Yeah. So like 10 years, that'd be cool if we were just like, how you see like the graded cards and stuff like that. Like, we're just now we're just like, we're the standard for like graded, like anything collectible. I love that. That would be really cool.
That's fire.
Man. You have so much more, to do, man. I mean, you're a hardworking dude. You're a family guy. You're athletic. I have a history.
I'm not athletic anymore.
Okay. I mean, but you're in this. I mean,
Used to be athlete.
I'd like to think I'm still athletic, even though my knees say otherwise. But to me, it's like an athlete before. In the past, you're always an athlete because you have that mentality of like grind, work hard, push yourself. So that's awesome, man. I love what you're doing with CapSole.
Thank you.
Guys, check him out, man. Like he's doing some really cool things, and you want to be on the boat now before that boat, is away, right? So love that, man.
Yeah. Why don't you just veer it off? Tell people how they can find you, how they can purchase your product.
Yeah.
And take it from there.
Yeah, so you can find us, you can purchase our product at capsulestore.com. So it's capsulestore.com. And then you can also find us on our socials at CapSole Store. And we're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube.
Very, very cool, man.
Cool.
Love that, dude. I can't wait to see what else you're going to come up with because it sounds to me like you have already a clear picture,
Yeah.
And, man, yeah.
I personally want to say thank you because let's go back in time. 2 years ago, I saw your first ad. I'm like, okay, I'm going to store my sneakers and put it in the bag. But the science behind it, the logic behind it, right? Once again, this is the museum. How do they have these, Egyptian, documents and articles and things of that nature for 2,000 years? They have to inject something inside.
Yeah.
So that concept right there, that was my light bulb moment. And I appreciate you joining us.
Yes.
Man.
You guys for having me.
Man.
Yeah.
And you know what? We had the honor. You gave us honor when we first met. You gave us a package. I have put my Tink. I have Jordan 3 signed by Tinker.
Oh, nice.
So, and I wore them. I'm one of those crazy guys that actually wore them. But
you got some looks too when you got
man. I just like but that in wearing them now, I'm helping them. I cleaned the bottoms. Now I'm going to preserve them.
Nice.
Same here.
Yeah, man.
I have some Jordan 9s that are signed to their actual OG pair. So yeah, this is my favorite silhouette of all time. The Jordan, that's our number one forever.
Yeah,
the one Jordan 9. I can't wait till they come out with the
man.
new retro this year. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to what you're doing,
right,
Darren. Cool guy.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna stay locked. We're gonna grow.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do some awesome things maybe in the future. So,
I mean, maybe CapSole time Kickstory, the history and stories of sneakers.
It's all about preservation.
The preservation of sneakers. Throwing it out there. Who never knows? But
let's do it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man.
Man, I appreciate it. Fellas.
Yes, sir.
Guys, before we tune out, go to kickstorypodcast.com. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you follow him as well.
Sir.
Kickstorypodcast.com has all quick links to all of our channels and ways you can support our channel financially and also support with getting a discount through Reshoevn8r. Check that out. Take advantage alongside with CapSole.
Yep.
You clean them, preserve them, you wear them.
Yep.
We're telling stories, so it all makes sense, guys. Kickstorypodcast.com. Check it out.
Last thing I'm going to say, reminder. This is episode 60. We out of here, guys. Season 4. We're going to take a little hiatus. Not too long. We're going to continue to build that content that you love. We're going to come back in season 5, episode 61. Soon to come, 2026. This is how we end in season 4, 2026, guys. Darren, CapSole. We out of here.
That's right, guys. Bobby Kicks here.
Go team, the place to be.
See you on the next one, guys.
Peace.
Thank you for watching this episode of Kickstory. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And stay connected with us on Instagram and these podcast platforms listed here. We also want to hear from you. So make sure to comment below and give us your thoughts. Thanks again for your support, and we'll see you next time.